She thought she found a wolf in the forest, a real one, white, silent, watching her from between the trees. She got in her car and drove straight to the vet, heart racing, already planning the story she'd tell for the rest of her life. The vet took one look and laughed. "That's not a wolf," and Maya felt her beautiful story collapse until the dog put its head on her knee. That's when a different story began, a better one. Some people find exactly what they're looking for, and some people find something so much better. Maya had always been a forest person, not in the dramatic, poetic way people describe themselves online, but genuinely, quietly, deeply. She took the same trail every Saturday morning, a winding path through the pine woods outside the city, where the light came in sideways and the air smelled like rain even when it hadn't rained. It was her reset button, her 1 hour of silence in a loud week. She never expected the forest to give her anything back. It was a cool October morning when she first saw the shape between the trees. White, completely, impossibly white, like something the fog had left behind. It stood about 30 feet away, absolutely still, watching her with pale amber eyes that caught the light in a way that made Maya's breath stop mid-inhale. A wolf. That was her first thought, her immediate, electric, ridiculous thought. She stood frozen on the trail, heart hammering, staring at the most beautiful animal she had ever seen in her life. It didn't move. She didn't move. For a long moment, neither of them did anything at all. Then it sneezed, loudly, and wagged its tail. Maya burst out laughing before she could stop herself. Within 20 minutes, the wolf was sitting in her passenger seat, leaving white fur on everything it touched, looking out the windshield with the calm expression of someone who had always planned for this exact outcome. Maya was grinning so hard her cheeks hurt. She had found a wolf, an actual wolf. She was already composing the story in her head. The time I found a wolf in the forest and it just got in my car. She could not get to the vet fast enough. Dr. Haynes looked at the dog, then at Maya, then back at the dog. Then she smiled, the kind of smile that meant she was trying very hard not to laugh. "This," she said carefully, "is a white Swiss shepherd, also called a white German shepherd." She paused. "Not a wolf." Maya stared at her. Not even a little bit of wolf? Not even a little bit. Maya looked at the dog. The dog looked at Maya with its big amber eyes and its perfectly fluffy white ears and its tail that was wagging so slowly it looked almost sympathetic. "Oh my God," said Maya. She sat down in the plastic chair next to the exam table. "Why does the universe never want me to be happy?" Dr. Haynes did laugh this time. "I'd argue," she said, clicking her pen, "that if the universe didn't want you to be happy, you two never would have crossed paths at all." Maya looked up. The dog took that exact moment to rest its enormous head on Maya's knee and sighed deeply, like it had been waiting years for this specific chair, this specific knee, this specific moment. Maya looked down at the white dog that was not a wolf in the vet's office she had rushed to in excitement on a Saturday morning that had started like every other Saturday morning, and felt something shift quietly inside her chest. "Stop looking at me like that," she told the dog. "You look ridiculous." The dog's tail wagged once, slow, certain. Maya smiled in spite of herself. "I see you still haven't subscribed. Honestly, that breaks my heart a little. Hit subscribe. You don't want to miss what comes next." She named her Silly because that's what the whole thing was. Silly and absurd and completely unplanned. Because Maya wanted to remember forever the exact feeling of thinking she'd found something wild and rare and finding out it was something even better. Because every time she said the name, she smiled without meaning to. Silly settled into Maya's life the way she had settled into that passenger seat, like she'd always been there. and the only thing that had changed was that Maya had finally noticed. She was at the door every morning before Maya's alarm went off. She claimed exactly 2/3 of the bed and showed no remorse. She had strong opinions about which hiking trails were acceptable and would plant herself at trailheads she didn't approve of and simply refused to move until Maya picked a different path. She also had a habit of sitting very close to strangers who looked sad and placing one white paw very gently on their foot and staying there until they noticed her. Maya watched this happen at a park bench once, Silly pressing her paw against the shoe of an elderly man who was sitting alone, staring at nothing, and had to look away because her eyes were doing something embarrassing. Stories like this are exactly why some things are too good to keep to yourself. The trail where they'd met became their trail. Every Saturday, same path, same sidewise light, same smell of almost rain. Except now, Maya wasn't walking alone. Now there was white fur and the soft sound of paws on pine needles, and a pair of amber eyes that checked back on her every few minutes, just to make sure she was still there. Months later, at a routine checkup, Dr. Haynes asked how things were going. Maya was quiet for a moment. Silly was sitting on the scale, extremely unbothered, her tail making a soft thumping sound against the metal. "You know," Maya said finally, "I keep thinking about that first day, how excited I was because I thought she was a wolf." She paused. "I was so sure I'd found something extraordinary." Dr. Haynes smiled. "And now?" Maya looked at Silly. Silly looked back with those slow, steady eyes. "Honestly," Maya said, "if I'd found anything else that morning, anything, I don't think I could have loved it this much." She shook her head slightly. "I didn't know what I needed. I just found her, and then I understood." Dr. Haynes didn't say anything. She just made a small note in the file and smiled the way people smile when something turns out exactly the way it was supposed to. Not every discovery is what we expected. Not every gift comes labeled. Sometimes the universe sends you something you didn't know you were looking for, wrapped in white fur and amber eyes, and the audacity to sneeze at you in the middle of a forest. Silly was not a wolf. She was never a wolf, but she was exactly what Maya needed, a companion who chose her just as clearly as she was chosen, on an ordinary Saturday morning that turned out to be anything but. If you're thinking about opening your life to a dog, remember, sometimes they find you first, and sometimes that's exactly the point. Is this fate, or is this just a very persuasive dog? Tell me what you think in the comments.